Hello everyone. In this video, you will be seeing SQL syntax for joining tables with aliases. So you'll be seeing a cleaner queries with the help of an example. So now we are going to create a new database. So create database joins. Already I have created it, so that's why it's showing. Okay. So if you are new to it, we have to create a new database. So create database joins. Okay. Then in order to move into that particular database, in order to use it, we have to make use of use keyword and followed by the database name has to be provided. Okay. So in order to execute it, what we have to do is we have to just select this cell. Okay. Select the entire cell and then you have to execute it. On top, execute the selected portion option will be. So this is how we run the cells. Then once after creating the joins, okay, you have to use the joins, right? So you have to select that particular line and then you have to execute it such that we'll be moving under joins. So now two different tables has been created. Okay. So we'll be creating two different tables, that is employee table and department table. So now we will understand different joins. So let me show you the result of employee tables. So we'll be having employee ID, employee name, salary, and department ID. Okay. Then in case of department table, for each and every department IDs that will be elaborated. So let's see the result of department. So if you see for each and every departments, the department name will be provided. Now, with the help of joins, what we are going to do, we are going to combine these two tables as such. Okay. So in case of employee table, we are having employee ID, employee name, the department they belong to, like D1, D2, D5, D7. Okay. For each and every employee IDs. What we are going to do is in department table, okay, we are having department ID and then department name. Okay. Like D1 belongs to sales, D2 belongs to IT, right? So what is the main purpose of joins is it usually combines our table based on a common column between the two tables. In case of employee and department, what is the common column that we have? Department ID, right? So with the help of department ID, we are going to combine these two tables. That is what the purpose of joins. So under joins, first join that we are going to see is inner join. So in case of inner join, what we are going to do is first, you have to make use of select function. So select star from employee. That is the first table that we are going to join. Okay, we are going to provide an aliasing name as E. In short, we are going to call this employee table as E. What you're going to do is we are going to do inner join. Okay, inner join with our second table, that is department, which is D. Okay, we have employee table E and D. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to join this table. Okay, based on department ID, right? So in case of employee table also, we had a column called as department ID. And in department table also, we had a column called as department ID. So based on what criteria we should join? On E dot, that is employee table department ID equal to D dot department ID. This is the syntax. So first you have to start with select keyword. Okay. And then you have to provide two tables that you are going to combine. Okay. Then what kind of join you are going to perform? Okay. Basically inner joins, it will be returning you the result. Okay. It will be returning you the result that matches exactly with respect to your first table and second table. It will be providing you the matching rows. Okay. Matching rows will be basically provided. Okay. Based on what columns? That is E dot department ID equal to D dot department ID. So now let's check with the result. So if we check the result, what happens? Employee ID, employee name. This is our employee table. Okay. And this is our department table. So both of them are combined based on employee department ID, right? But what is the main drawback? Department ID column has been repeated twice. Okay. So in order to avoid that, we'll be doing specific confinement on both the tables. So what we are going to do is, so instead of making use of select star, we are going to specifically create a result. From employee table, okay, we are going to extract specific result. And from department table, we are going to extract specific result. Since in case of employee also, department table is provided. And in department table also, department table has been provided twice. So select, okay. Here, what we are going to do is we are going to select specific columns. So from employee table, we are going to extract employee ID, employee name, salary, and department ID. Okay. And then from department table, we are going to just extract only the department name. So automatically from the department table, the department ID will be skipped. Okay. Then instead of using select star, we are going to replace with it. Select from employee E. Okay. We are going to inner join with department D on the same thing. Okay. That is based on what column? Department ID, right? But what we are doing specific confinement in our extracting the columns. So now let's check with the result. So now what happened is that only once the department ID will be provided. Okay, that's the result. Next, let's understand left join. In case of left join, what happens? We will be getting all rows from left table and then matching rows from right table. Okay, all rows from left table will be provided and from right table only matching rows will be provided. Left table is nothing but employee. So all rows from the employee table will be resulted. We are going to left join with the department. Okay, this is our right table. From department, only the matching IDs with respect to the employee table will be provided. We are going to select only specific columns. So select the specific columns has to be provided. So from what table? Okay, employee. Instead of employee as E, okay, you can skip as keyword also. So you can directly provide aliasing name. Okay, we are going to do left join with our department table based on department ID. So now let's check with the result. So what happened is that you will be extracting all the rows, okay, all the rows from your employee table, okay. Whereas in case of department table, we had matching rows, okay. Like in our department table, we have D1 till D7, okay. Since department 8 doesn't exist, so it's providing you the value as null. So the matching rows will be provided. The non-matching rows values will be null in case of left join. In case of right join, it's just an opposite. So we'll be getting all the matching rows from our right table and matching rows from our left table. Okay, we are going to do the same thing. Instead of left join, we are going to make use of right join. So when we make use of right join, what happens? In case of right join, we'll be getting all the rows, okay? All the rows from our right table, okay? Whereas in case of left table, there is no person, okay, who belong to department 5. So it has been providing all the values as null. Okay, this is non-matching rows. Whereas matching rows will be provided. For non-matching rows, it will be null. Okay. Next, we'll be seeing natural join. So natural join is similar to that of inner join. Okay. So what is the main difference is here we no need to provide the implicit condition. So here what we are going to do is we are going to join employee with respect to the table. When we provide natural join, we no need to provide on condition on E dot employee ID equal to D dot department ID. So that implicit condition, okay, will not be required in case of natural join. Okay, so now let's check with the result. So what happens? It will be providing you all matching rows, okay, from both the tables. So it will automatically take based on what column. Okay, this is what the purpose of natural join. Next is outer join. So outer join is nothing but it's a combination of your left join and right join. So in case of outer join, what we are going to do, we are going to combine. This is our left join, okay, left join code, and we are having right join code. So from left join and right join result, we are going to combine those result. Okay, we are going to do union. So union between your left join and right join is nothing but your outer join. So let's see the result first and then we'll discuss. So if we see the result, what happened is that first, the left join will be done. Okay. All the rows from the left table will be provided and the matching rows from the right table will be provided. The non-matching rows will be none. Okay. Next, let me scroll a little bit down. Okay. So here, then what happens when we are doing in case of right join? all the rows from the right table will be provided. Okay. And then here we'll be having all the rows from the right table, whereas D5 HR person doesn't exist. So in case of employee ID, all the values should be null. Okay, all the values should be null. So this is how we combine the left join, okay, with respect to the top right join. And we are taking union, okay, so what happens? All the values should be combined. That's the end of SQL syntax for joining tables with aliases. Thank you.